And we are back, dear viewers, with our second guest for today's episode. We're going to talk about smart waste containers, which is actually a really great kind of thing that actually, let's say, balance between our generation and the environment itself. So we're going to discuss this kind of interesting matter with our guest, engineer Asma Fahad, founder of e-Farz. So really happy to have you here as guest today in Hala Kuwait.
Thank you so much for this interview.
Yes. So at the beginning, maybe we would like to talk about the idea of the project itself, which is about the smart containers of for waste storing, and what does it actually mean, especially using the name and the logo itself.
Okay, we will start with the meaning of the logo. Actually, it is the e-Farz. E-Farz, Farz is an Arabic word, and I translate it in English letters. So it is like an e-sort. Now, we are using the green leaf. It means that we are protecting the environment.
Yes.
And about the circle with the nodes connected, it means that we are using the concept of IoT. The colors, we are using the blue because we are using innovation, and the green is related to the nature.
Yes. So also when it comes into the differences in between using electronic, let's say, method and the natural, or let's say the old method. So what is the differences between them?
Okay, let me explain first the idea of the project. Actually, the smart container is sorting 3 types of waste. So the waste is plastic, glass, and metal.
Yes.
It will sort automatically inside the waste inside the container, and then we can collect the waste and sell it to the recycle company. After that, the money it will return back to the user.
Yes.
So this is the concept of the project.
Yes.
Now, if we are to differentiate between the sorting from the central and the source, the central sorting is actually collecting all the waste to one place, and then with using special equipment and workers, they will sort the waste.
Yes.
But basically, this type of sort is not good because the waste is not good for the recycle, while the sorting from the source is better because the source is good for the recycling. So this is the difference.
Yes, indeed. Of course, we'll continue in talking about this kind of important matter, but we're going to head to a report about the smart waste management solution, and then we'll be back again.
Waste collection today is inefficiently performed using static routes and schedules. Some bins are overflowing with waste, causing unnecessary cleanup costs, while other bins are nearly empty, making waste collection unnecessary. This type of inefficiency wastes both time and money, and is harmful for the environment. But what if there was a better way? eCube Lab's integrated software and hardware solution optimizes waste collection, saving time, money, and the environment. The CleanCube is a solar-powered waste compacting bin. Its sensors monitor how much waste has been accumulated and automatically compacts the waste so that it can hold up to 8 times more than normal bins. It also wirelessly transmits fill level information to eCube Lab servers. The CleanCube can be used with wheelie bins, act as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and it even has an LED advertisement panel. The CleanCap is a bin fill level sensor powered by either battery or solar energy. It can be used with all types of containers, such as wheelie bins, large waste containers, and even underground bins. It senses how much waste is inside of the container and wirelessly transmits fill level information to eCube Lab servers. CleanCube Networks, or CCN, receives and manages data from both the CleanCube and the CleanCap. Users can log on to CCN to access data analytics and to monitor the fill levels of CleanCubes and CleanCaps in real time. CCN even notifies users when collections are required and generates optimized routes for each collection. So instead of blindly collecting waste using static routes and schedules, users can plan smart waste collection routes and schedules based on where collection is actually needed. With eCube Lab's solution, users need less trucks, less fuel, and less time for their collections, reducing operational costs by up to 80%. It's the smart solution designed to save money and to keep streets cleaner.
Well, that was a really great report, let's say, talking about smart waste containers itself. So we were discussing, let's say, previously, before that report, about the differences when it comes into using electronic and the normal kind of methods, like the old kind of methods. So, and he also elaborated on that point, but maybe you could elaborate more on it and talk to the audience more about the topic itself.
Yes, so using this smart container, actually it will sort the waste based on the material. So it will detect the material because there is a special sensor, and there is a mobile application. The user can communicate install it in his smartphone and connect with the container by Bluetooth. After sorting the waste, all the information of the waste and the weight will be transferred to the mobile application.
Yes.
So we will calculate the amount of the waste in the local currency, and after we and because this smart container is connected to the internet, so all the data of and the information of the waste will be we can check it in our center, and we will send the car based on this information, because we can collect the waste and transfer it to the recycle company. We will sell that the waste, and the value of the waste will be returned back to the user. We can also check and identify the user by the civil ID, so he can get his money by cash or by bank transfer.
Oh, that's really amazing to see this kind of thing is happening, and actually to use this kind of, let's say, electronic field, since we're all into technology and into apps and everything. So I think it's a really important and a really great thing to see such kind of applications and electronic things are actually even within our life itself, even if when it comes into waste controlling and waste collecting. So it's really amazing to see that happening over there. Yeah. So also when it comes into the law itself, which is law number 42 of 2014, and when it comes into prohibited to establish the new dams in the state of Kuwait, or to expand the existing ones. So what is the environment damage from let's say this kind of the landfill itself?
Yes, actually the damage occurs because this type of waste is not biodegradable. So the best solution is to recycle the waste. Before recycling, we have to sort the waste, and we want to raise the awareness of the people that if you in the environmental and protection law, if you place the waste in the wrong place, there is a financial penalty from 50 to 500 KD. So you have to sort from the waste from the source, and you have to it's better to sort from the source.
Yes. So of course we'll continue talking with you, Engineer Asma, but we're going to head to a quick report on the project of smart containers for waste sorting, and then we'll be back again.
مشروع الحاويات الذكية لفرز النفايات e-Farz. يساهم هذا المشروع على معالجة مشكلة النفايات للمحافظة على البيئة الكويتية من خلال ابتكار حاوية إلكترونية ذكية متصلة بتطبيق هاتف ذكي وبالإنترنت، وتعمل الحاوية أوتوماتيكياً على فرز 3 أنواع من النفايات: بلاستيك، معدن والزجاج. كما سيتم وزن هذه النفايات وتحويلها إلى قيمة مادية يستفيد منها المستهلك، ومن ثم جمع ونقل هذه النفايات إلى شركات التدوير. ويعتبر هذا المشروع أول مشروع إلكتروني يطبق مفهوم إنترنت الأشياء IoT على مستوى الكويت، وأول مشروع يساعد المستهلك على استرجاع قيمة نفاياته.
And we are back, dear viewers, after, let's say, that briefly introduction report when it comes into smart waste containers itself. So also, if you want to talk about Engineer Asma, about the project itself, and you actually giving it towards the scientific, let's say, exhibitions, and how was the reaction when it comes into you presenting this kind of project to them?
Yes. Before 2 weeks, I participated in the first IoT conference and exhibition in Kuwait. So it was the first time I presented this prototype. Actually, I have a prototype from this container. It's a proof of concept. So actually, I get a lot of feedback and comments from the visitor, and they're really interested with the innovation. So this is the first time I presented this type of prototype.
Yes. Also, when it comes into the reaction of the people, when you're saying also that if you people, let's say, they collected the waste itself, you will get a refund when it comes into the waste itself. So this kind of idea, it is really kind of an encouraging, let's say, idea for people actually to let's say participate in this kind of project and make it success. How do you feel about that?
Basically, it's a new idea that you return back the money because it is the way that we're encouraging the people. We want the people to know that the waste has a value. So each time they will place it in the correct place, and they will get the value, the value of the waste back.
Yes. So of course, when it comes into talking about environment and development itself, unfortunately, this kind of relationship is heading toward a dangerous and a risky kind of relationship, because we live in an environment, but unfortunately we really want to develop it, and we want to, let's say, have a really great kind of a life, but people are actually, let's say, harming this kind of environment and using it in a really bad and a risky direction. So how can you elaborate on that kind of point?
Yes, if we want to protect the environment, actually we in this solution we are using the concept of IoT. IoT is an Internet of Things. So if we are using this concept because we want to cooperate with the recycle company, and this cooperation is well organized. So we will collect the waste and get back and transfer it to the recycle company. So this type of process will protect the environment.
Yes. So you're talking about IT industry and everything. IoT. So the IT industry itself, how can it actually, let's say, enrich the this kind of, let's say, success without harming the environment itself?
This type of industry is actually called the fourth generation of IoT. The fourth generation of industries. This generation is related to the IoT and the cloud computing and data exchange. So if we use this solution, we will exchange the data of the waste, and based on that we will take the action. So we are aimed for the vision of Kuwait to have industries for the technologies.
Yes. So as you mentioned, this kind of, let's say, project itself is used by technology and the internet itself. So it's a really great, let's say, project. Hopefully that it will flourish in Kuwait and reach to its glory itself, because it's a really, to be honest, one of the great projects that I've heard about and, let's say, listened, and having you here today as guests and talking about it made me really feel like I can't wait for it to be there in the market and to be there in each and every home. So hopefully all the, let's say, the successful wishes for you, and thank you very much for your time and having you here today in Hala Kuwait.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And with that, dear viewers, are heading to our report on obesity facts and statistics, so stay tuned with us.